Hello, welcome. This is the daily tarot card reading and it's for the weekend, the weekend reading. It's a relationship reading and it's a collective reading. And just to let you know, because I'm not very good at updating the channel. I'm terrible at updating the channel really. I can post now because I never used to be able to post. When you've got a really small channel, you can't even do like little posts where you write things, but I can do that now. So I should just do it really. But basically I've got the kids this weekend, so I probably won't do any videos as such over the weekend, but then I'll be back Monday with a video on Monday. Okay, so I'm just letting you know because I'm a hit and miss, aren't I? But there we go. But then again, I follow the path of consciousness, and it's present moment awareness. We're supposed to just live in the moment and not really make plans, because consciousness can only be found in the present moment. So who knows? I mean, maybe I might surprise myself and do a video, and that's why it's best for me not to say really. But I know sometimes people wonder where I am, so that's the reason really. But anyway, I'm just rambling on. The sun's shining, we've got a blue sky. It was kind of icy here this morning, just outside London, just north of London. It's good, it's nice, it's a nice energy, although apparently we are in Mercury retrograde now, and apparently last night the energies were going through the roof around 6 p.m. okay, on Thursday, which was yesterday. Yeah, apparently the energies were going through the roof. By that I mean influx of light, solar energy and all of that sort of stuff. So you may have felt some uncomfortable stuff coming up in the last 24 hours. And also don't forget you've got Mercury retrograde, so that's going to affect communication for the next 21 days or whatever it is supposed to be. 14 days, 21 days, I don't know. I'm not an astrologer. I prefer to work within, but it's still kind of useful to know sometimes. So basically the first card to come out is the World in the challenge position. So we must be just on the tipping point of going into the next chapter, but it's quite challenging to get there. There's a little something floating there, I saw that. It's probably fluff, I don't know, but it was floating around, and then it's gone. So yeah, now difficult to get through to the next chapter, but we're being supported by spirit because everything's part of the reading, and that was like a little message from spirit. It was like a little feather or an orb or a bit of fluff, but whatever it was like something was coming in. It wanted to be seen, you know, from the unmanifested realm. It wanted to be seen by us. And so there's something here about us being on the verge of this next new chapter, right? And it's testing us. It's testing us because what's happening is we're breaking through. You know, we are breaking through from the very unconscious state that we were in into a more conscious state. And that comes with various challenges. And I know I say it all the time, but I'm going to say it again because I think it's very helpful to remember so that we don't beat ourselves up. That the path of awakening does not come in a straight line, so it goes up and then you go down. You have regressive periods where you sort of, you know you're falling back into ego, you know you're going back into your old patterns, but there's just this pain body and this ego in you, and it just wants to get you back in its clutches, its evil little clutches. But then, you know, you work with that for a while, and then you come back out and you come back into the full consciousness again, because your full consciousness is there all the time. And you know, this is the thing, isn't it? And it's like, I feel with the World card, it's like you are becoming more conscious all the time. You're breaking your old patterns, you're changing your life, you're changing your perspective on life, you're changing the way you're viewing life, as well, changing the way you view relationships, because this is the relationship reading. You could be on the verge of a new chapter within a relationship as well. So I'm going to ask the tarot to just help guide us now. I mean, the tarot's already started because that card just picked itself. That's how I'm trying to do it now. I'm trying to let the cards really sort of tell me when they're ready. Okay, there you go. So now we've got a good card. We've got success, changing the old structures, delays are over. Whew, Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so right, you're doing very well here with something to do with a relationship, or somebody is doing very well. Okay, success. Now people could be jealous of you. They could be a bit jealous of you for some reason, watching you. Now they probably don't understand the hardships you've had to go through to get where you are. They don't appreciate your journey. They don't understand the trials you've been through. But also, you know, it is victory. And also, it can be the marriage card in the deck. So you could well be on the verge of a connection, a relationship. And remember, I want to say again, any relationship in your life, this could be any relationship that we're talking about here, so you have to read into it and feel which relationship this is we're talking about. Could be on the verge of this new beginning, because it could be getting stronger. Now it does involve you breaking patterns and structures, okay, maybe rebelling a little bit, you know, whatever the dynamic was in the relationship, maybe you're changing the dynamic of that relationship. Maybe there's a masculine person here that doesn't feel very well respected. Now delays are over. You've been waiting for something to do with this relationship. And now it's coming. We've got here the Ace of Pentacles. Now this is the beginning. This is the beginning of a very positive chapter, okay? It is the acorn that will grow into the oak tree. It is the golden opportunity that will grow. It's an investment. Now, this is going to help your health. It's going to help your wealth. It's going to help everything. And it's the stabilisation of a relationship. And it's just going to keep growing. Now, we have got here a Knight of Pentacles in reversed. Now, this is somebody who is retracting, okay? So, somebody retracting, somebody being very private. It's going to be interesting to see why that card's coming out, because that doesn't really make sense with the other cards. So let's pick some more and let's find out what that means, really. Ooh. Okay. I think I know what that means now, but we'll see. Right, now, where you've got the success, where you're doing well with a relationship, and like I said, somebody could be a bit jealous of you, maybe not to do with your relationship, but maybe to do with your life in general or something like that. They're saying that you need to hold off making decisions. You need to kind of just go with the flow. And I know that's hard for the ego, because our ego always likes to know what's going on, right? That's where we have to stop feeding the ego, and we have to start learning to live from the spirit, live in the present moment, isn't it? Don't look too far ahead at the moment. You know, just go with the flow and go with the good energy that you've got and how well you've been doing, because you've definitely been doing something right. Now, where you're changing up the structure, where you're stopping the old patterns, you may have felt disrespected, but basically you're switching the dynamic of a relationship. You've got here the King of Cups reversed, and I think it's because basically you're not going to keep putting yourself out there to get hurt. You're not going to keep putting your energy out there into the matrix just for the matrix to kind of mess with you, okay? Now, it's all about you learning to pull back and not wear your heart on your sleeve so much. And, you know, you could also be dealing with somebody who's very complex and difficult to deal with, and they are very shut down from their emotions. But really what it is, it's kind of weird how the universe works, and it's so difficult to understand sometimes. when it's my life, it takes me ages to figure out what Spirit's trying to say. But it's like if you've got someone in your life who's very shut down from their emotions and they retract back into themselves, it's like the spirit is really saying to you, look, you need to learn how to do this. Stop giving so much and actually learn how to, you know, hold your own energy and work within yourself with Spirit, rather than going into the ego and your old habits and patterns and kind of give, you know. So I feel Spirit there kind of telling you to give more to yourself and be more private and all of that. Now, delays are over here. You've got here the King of Wands underneath. So the delays are definitely over. There's something switching here in the energy over the weekend. Now, there could be somebody that's got their eye on you who really, really wants you, because the King of Wands tends to be very driven, passionate, sexual, creative, risk taker, charismatic, and all of those things, you know, and I feel, you know, it's also like your energy as well. It's like, no more messing with me now. The delays are over. I'm figuring things out. When it comes to my relationships, I'm figuring things out and I'm realising what it is I need to do, you know. Now, with this brilliant opportunity that Spirit's bringing in, Spirit is definitely saying there's some sort of change on the cards to do with a relationship, with that delays being over, the structure changing, the dynamic changing in a relationship. Your energy is really good. It's, you know, you're connecting to yourself, and it's all because you're learning to connect to yourself. And this is what I talk about on the channel. Like, you'll know I talk about it a lot, about connecting to self, because a lot of us spiritual types, we spent most of our lives connecting to other people, being empaths, trying to help other people, connecting to their energy, you know, trying to help others through Spirit. And the thing is, we were completely missing the point, because the connection has to be first internal, doesn't it? And only when you get the internal connection right, then you don't really have to help other people, because, well, apparently your energy is so good that you're naturally giving out a great energy regardless, you know, and that helps other people. Like one person who's conscious on the planet apparently can affect thousands. So the connection to self is the way forward. That's what you're going to be doing over the weekend, and it's really good, because it's bringing a connection to Spirit, and that is bringing through something from the unmanifested realm that's going to be very good for you, you know. Now, we know when I said to you the Knight of Pentacles, I was confused, because this card often means, you know, lack of commitment, lack of loyalty, somebody who's unreliable, you know. But this, I just felt, was so kind of good, what we've got here about what you're doing with relationships and a particular relationship, the dynamic changing and getting stronger. And what I feel this card is actually saying is how, where you're pulling back from relationships because you realise, actually, I shouldn't give out so much of my energy, yeah, and I really need to hold my energy inside and do things for me. That's having a really positive effect, because Two of Cups, right? So the Knight of Pentacles in reverse is really you putting your loyalty back into yourself, rather than this relationship that you'd been putting a lot of energy into. Now, you have had some success with this, actually. You have had some success already with the fact that where you've been putting your energy back into you, there's been a bit of a shift in this connection already. And the tarot's showing here this person wanting to connect with you, right? And you're going within, so you're coming together and integrating as the self. So that's kind of this union going on. But also then this person noticing, and they're drawn to you, because people will always be drawn to other people who are very solid within the self, you know, because there's something very attractive, magnetic about somebody who doesn't really need anything. You know, when somebody doesn't really care and doesn't really need anything because they're just solid inside themselves, it's very powerful energy, isn't it? And so somebody's a soulmate energy, or somebody in your family or friends maybe, very drawn to your energy there. Now I've got a few cards showing some challenges coming up. You probably don't want to know that. That is probably Mercury retrograde happening. But let's see. Now, don't do anything. There's definitely something here about not making decisions and not taking action. So when it comes to this relationship where you've changed the dynamic and you've said, no, I'm going to give to myself more, you're doing the right thing, you know. Now, the most important thing is you must stay in the present moment. The tarot is warning you, don't keep ruminating on the past. Don't get anxious that you're going to make things go wrong or that you're going to repeat old patterns. Just don't start, because that's just fear-based thoughts. Stay in the present moment. Don't take any action. Don't make any decisions. Keep concentrating on yourself. You're on the verge of a new beginning with the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Okay, so like the world's in the challenge position, we've got the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse position. So Spirit's kind of showing that this is a transitional time within this relationship, and it's best not to really expect things to change too quickly, and it's best not to take any action. It's best to just kind of accept the way things are and just keep connecting with yourself and be very clear that you are not being drawn in back into this attachment or this old dynamic that you had in this relationship, that you're very firm and solid within spirit, within yourself, doing things as per your truth. You know, because it's important. Knight of Wands reversed, you know, you could get tired if you start investing too much back into this attachment again, all right? And, you know, that would actually lead you to more suffering. You see, you don't want a repeat scenario happening. And just because something starts to go well again in a relationship, or you get communication from that person and you start to see some developments happening because they're noticing your energy's better. They're noticing your energy's better, and that's attractive to them because you're not so needy and you're not falling into the old traps that you used to fall into. So this person, you know, is drawn back to you, and then of course it's so tempting for the ego, because our ego's got such a momentum. It kind of notices, oh, this person comes back in and they want me. They want my help, or they want my support, or they want to be part of my life. And then all of a sudden it's like, boom, all that good work you've done connecting with yourself, you just go back into the ego and you go back into your old patterns of trying to please that person or whatever. And the tarot is saying don't do that, you know, because it will actually lead to suffering. Oh my God, I can't believe this, right? We've got the Judgment reversed. So this is such about not action. I mean, don't make decisions. Don't take any action, because the Magician's all about action. Two of Wands in reverse. Don't, you know, choose your path quite yet. Just keep doing what you've been doing so well at. Whatever you've been doing well with, keep doing that. Don't suddenly change the tactic. Does that make sense? You know, because I know so many of you that watch this channel, you're making rapid growth. Very rapid growth. You're evolving spiritually, you're deepening your level of consciousness, and you're doing all that really good work. So it's, I mean, like I said at the beginning of the video, sometimes we're going to fall back into old patterns. That's okay, but all we need to do is recognize when we're doing it, and then just pull ourselves back into the present moment, back into the consciousness, you know, and try not to keep, you know, like obviously stay back in that old pattern. Now you have got the Temperance card, which is all about transformation. Transformation, letting things go so we can become stronger, release, you know, alchemy. This is healing. This is great. This is really good. Hangman reversed. The universe is definitely trying to wake you up at the moment to do with this connection with this person, just to make sure you're learning from this connection what you were supposed to learn. Now, don't give a message out. Don't give a message out to this person. It will drain you if you do. Keep the connection to self. Now, Ace of Pentacles at the top of the reading, you know, which I already showed at the beginning, well, it was in the first line. That is something natural that's going to grow, right? You don't have to do anything to make this connection kind of come back together or improve. It's going to naturally improve and grow over time, because that's what happens with an ace. Aces will always grow. It doesn't matter how long it takes, and it doesn't matter the journey. They always grow. So you don't have to worry about rushing out to repair this relationship or try to improve it or change your approach, you know, go back into those old patterns with that person. No, you don't have to. Stick to what you've been doing, connecting to yourself and changing the dynamic. It's that this relationship is going to grow of its own accord. And the last card, you're not going to believe. How gorgeous is that? 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. You know, that is emotional fulfillment, love, just happiness and peace within the self. You know, it's just beautiful energy. Happiness and peace within the self. Happiness and peace in the present moment. Being able to enjoy this connection with whoever it is, whether it's a friend, family member, work colleague, lover. You know, just being able to be very at ease with this relationship. And the other card that came out, which I don't know why, this is part of the reading, how it's happened, Empress, new beginning. And that Ace of Pentacles shows a new beginning, and we also had the delays being over. So, you know, we've got the Two of Cups, remember? We've got the Two of Cups and the 10 of Cups, okay? There could definitely be some kind of relationship that you are manifesting, which is somebody with somebody who is your match. But also it could be a sign of a new beginning in this particular relationship. I feel a new beginning with this, whoever this person is, and it happens naturally on its own, as long as you keep focusing on your own spiritual healing and journey, and don't get tempted back into old patterns with this person. Just relax. Just relax. And if you're finding that hard, because it is hard, it's very hard, and it's very confusing sometimes, and sometimes you just need that sort of like validation or guidance, not so much guidance but encouragement. You know, you can book in with me because I totally understand. We can pick cards, look at what the tarot's saying, and also, you know, have a think about, you know, what spirit trying to show you through this relationship, and how to work with yourself so that you know, basically, you know, can become more conscious and not allow this connection to drag you back into old habits. So yeah, you're welcome to always book in with me. Let's have a look at the Lover's Oracle. I think you're going to do it because of that World card in the challenge position. It's a bit challenging at the moment, but you're going to get through this challenging part and come good. And it's all going to come good. You've got manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become a reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Okay, so and I know that's the hardest thing, isn't it? On a bad day, how do we trust the guidance? You know, and that's where I, you know, can help sort of give you those gentle reminders. Because it's hard. I know what it's like when you're having a mind attack, your ego's going 20 to the dozen, you're purging, you're releasing old energy, you're triggered by that person. It's very hard to know what to do, what to say. You know, you're trying to become more conscious and honour yourself and your spirit, but, you know, you've got all the human level stuff which is churned up. But at the end of the day, you're manifesting miracles. There's a change occurring here. So the weekend looking very good. You're making a major breakthrough over the weekend, and ultimately, I think learning to feel more relaxed about this connection and more relaxed about yourself. You know? So spirit guides, duty. So the duties you have are the duties that Spirit bring into your life every day. You know, your duties, your responsibilities, the basic activities that you have to do, chores, work, your growth, your healing, whatever it is, they're your duties. And the duty is to Spirit, the Spirit within, you know, coming back to the Spirit within. And your spirit guides are helping you with all of those things, okay? They're helping you to basically stay on track. So that is the message. It's a lovely message, and that's it really. If you do like it, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. If you like a one-to-one tarot, I am here. You can contact me, and you know, it's lovely to hear from you, lovely to connect with you, lovely to support you as well on your journey across Gaia, wherever you are. Have a really lovely weekend, and peace.